Sorry about that.
Thank you for that, Al. Well, welcome to the choir room. You just saw on the screen that Mike Harlan normally hosts this program for us. Mike's at Liberty University this week. He's teaching an intensive there on worship. So my name is Brian Brown, and I'm happy to be hosting this week. We've got some great guests for you who I will explain more about in just a moment. First, I want to remind you of a few things that many of you regular choir room attenders already know. You're going to want to log into the chat if you want to be eligible to win some of the prizes we're giving away today. And we give away great gifts. We give away trips sometimes to conferences. We give away music and all kinds of things that you're going to want to need if you're a worship leader. So make sure you log into the chat. You have to do that to be eligible to win one of those prizes. Also, we're giving 30% off on all of the print music that we show here today. So if you need a discount, you need to stretch that music budget a little further, you're going to want to pay attention. At the very end of the show, we'll show you a code and give you a phone number how you can order all the music you see today, the printed pieces, for up to 30% off. And then we have a survey we ask you to fill out at the end. Let us know if we're communicating and offering resources that are helpful to you. And just for filling out that survey, we're going to give you 5 free downloads at our congregational music website, lifewayworship.com. So fill out the survey at the end. Let us know what you'd like to see on the choir room, and we're going to reward you for that too. Well, I'm so thrilled to have my good friend Al Denson here. Al, what a joy to have you on the choir room. We've been trying to get you on our webcast for a long time now. Yeah. And tell the folks out there that are like me, grew up listening to your music, enjoying your music in church. And where is Al Denson today? What are you involved in? And
well, for those
give us an update.
First, you don't realize this guy is a practical joker a lot. He plays a lot of jokes. In fact, when I first met him, he came and says, "Man, I watched you like when I was in 3rd grade. Man, it was awesome." So I started that way. So let me say this to you.
That's a true story.
Now, hold on. Mike would have been honored how well you did the open to the show. I thought you did that pretty good. My question is, did you just have that memorized? Because that was pretty amazing.
Well, I've got some notes and things that I use as I'm approaching your age. And I need that kind of assistance.
It's going to be a great day. You guys are sitting there watching. Have fun. Buckle your seatbelt because we're going to have a good time. Now, I think you asked me a question. What was it? I did.
I asked you what's been going on with Al Denson. If those of us who don't know what you've been doing the past few years, tell us about how God's using you in ministry, what you're involved in these days.
Well, I have ADD, so hopefully I'll remember what you asked me. Been doing a lot of things actually, and still sing. But after being married, I've been married now 25 years so far.
Wow.
Got 2 kids, a 9-year-old and a 13-year-old. And I think the joy shifts from when you're really out doing the road all the time. Yeah. And you didn't have kids; it was fun. You just kind of kept going. Then all of a sudden, this yearning to come home gets you. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So then you love being home. So it kind of shifted there. I still sing. I bet I sing probably 20-something times a year.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of times I'll go in and guys will be gone on Sunday mornings that are my friends.
Yeah.
So I'll come in and cover them for a Sunday morning or something like that. It makes it kind of fun. But
now, don't say that, because these guys out here might want you to come in and fill in for them. So
no,
unless you're ready to do that, don't offer your
some
weekends.
Some of them weren't even born when I was singing, so who knows. But through the process of that, doing that, and I started, believe it or not, when you go sing at events all the time,
right?
You can kind of walk in a room, and after you've been there a while, you can kind of go, okay, I can tell if this is going to be a good event or a bad event sometimes by how it's set up and things like that.
Sure.
So in the process of doing that, we ended up doing some events and starting to help try to figure out how to do our own events where we didn't sing at them, but we put the event on.
Right.
And I ended up doing a Disney, so I've done Disney for the last 5 years at a thing called Night of Joy, which happens actually in the Magic Kingdom at Disney.
Absolutely.
And then we decided to do a worship leaders conference.
Right.
That was set in front of that'll bleed right into that big Night of Joy event.
Right, and that's why we've got Al here in particular, other than just catching up on what God's been doing in your life and where you've been. The Experience Worship Conference, we had the privilege of being a sponsor the very first year.
Yes, you did.
A conference for contemporary worship leaders, traditional worship leaders of all stripes, from all size churches, from small to large, in whatever setting, rural or city or whatever. It is a great conference on the property of Disney. It's at the Contemporary Resort, and this is the 3rd year, right, Al? Tell us more about this great conference for worship leaders.
Well, this is our 3rd year. Thanks for the endorsement. This is our 3rd year to do the event, and already at this point we're still, let's see, June, July, August, September. I have to use my hands. We're still like 4.5 months out before the event comes, and we just keep growing exponentially. We already have more people in the room than we had last year, and last year you were probably wondering where we're going to put anybody else.
I was, yes.
So we've worked with Disney to try to figure all that out and got that figured out. We have a 90-foot stage. You probably can't believe that, but it's 90 foot long. We have 3 different stages within that, so the program just kind of keeps running. And at the same time, workshops galore put on by great people. And this conference is not done the reason I think we have success,
Yes.
and let me give it to you, is because we put together, and they come down and spend 3 days together, and then they're on phone calls all the time, but we put together committees of guys. I mean, I'm talking like 30 guys, you know, that have come together from all over the country, and they said, as worship leaders, this is what we need. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and we have on there big churches, all the way down to little churches. So we make sure we don't miss any gamut in between. Then, when I was going through it, I thought to myself, safe.
Yeah.
If you're a worship guy in a church and you have any kind of problem going on in your life, the first thing you do is put this big wall around you. You take that problem and you say, I'm not going to share that with anybody, because if I share that, I could lose my job, I could get in trouble, blah, blah. We bring in 8 professional counselors. They sit in a room, we get a number, they put the number on the screen, you dial the number, they get a text, a time, and a place. The only thing you're not allowed to do is when you go meet the counselor, you can't tell them your name and you can't tell them where you're from, but you just get to talk to them.
Yeah.
And it is such a massive, in fact, the guys 8 counselors went 14 hours a day for 2.5 days.
Just amazing.
That much stuff.
One of the most powerful parts of that conference is the counseling service that you offer. And guys are able to come in, worship leaders who are dealing with things and they don't have anywhere else to go. Because as you said, they feel they risk losing everything. And to be able to come to a conference, to be around your friends, to learn about the latest tips and techniques in the industry and the resources, but then to be able to take some private time to speak with a trained counselor about the burdens of your heart that are inhibiting your passion for ministry. Al, it's just a fantastic resource.
Can I tell you the biggest thing that happened last year?
Yes.
On a Wednesday night, so if you picture the conference is right smack dab in the middle of it. So on that Wednesday night, we took our room from the 90-foot stage, when all the people sitting out here, we completely transformed the room in the afternoon to put it in the round. And then we had a piano player, a guitar player, a drummer on a box, you know, just a cajon and a djembe, and a bass player. And then we put all those steering committee guys on the stage, as well as our house band people. And for 2 solid hours, we worshiped nonstop. I mean, we didn't stop and talk. If you can picture singing. And you know, when we have a room full of people that just know how to sing anyway, it's like chills everywhere. And we started off by having some choir people around the crowd, and they started singing, remember? And then people just started standing. There was no words. We didn't say anything. We just started worshiping. We came in, the room was down, and it was just absolutely stunning. And the way we knew it worked was when we went back to our steering committee meeting, which is all those committee guys, when we went back to those about 4 months after it to do our, you know, this is what we ought to do next year and take on the input and make the changes we need to make sure the conference is hitting the target. When we went and did that, the guys were sitting there, and it was like 20-something out of the 30 had gone home and done this worship thing like that.
Wow.
And it was incredible. And just so this year we added, there's a whole choir track. So we took the upstairs of that convention center. So now we have the entire 100% of all the convention center at the Contemporary Hotel. And remember, we sold it out last year, and we sold out half of the Polynesian Hotel. People had to ride monorails to come to the conference. We're way ahead of that now. But we have it upstairs, so now there's a whole choir track going, and you actually do a performance at the event, and then there's stuff about how to keep choir members, and then there's choir members come, what should be expected of choir members to be in a choir. This is all the stuff that's really ingenious, because the guys who put it together, there's 12 worship guys who put this choir part together. Those guys who put it together, they said, this is what we want our choir members to know. You know what I'm saying? But when we go say it, we're the bad guys. So now they get to have it taught to them, which is just incredible. So now they're bringing all these choir deals. So we're going to have almost 500 choir people there. And
then a mass choir, I believe, one of the evenings is going to perform as well.
That same Wednesday night, right after we segue from our worship thing straight into the choir. In fact, the last song, the choir comes out and starts singing it with us.
Oh, how awesome.
And then we've got Tommy Walker's going to be there for that night, and then Mark Harris is going to be there. I mean, it's going to be a great
and throughout the week, you have other artists and
things. I saw on the pre-roll Paul Balash. You just have all the people, Israel Houghton. I mean, you just have so many different people.
And your praise band, the worship band for the week, is a who's who all-star roster, man. It is nothing but the best. And if you want to be around thousands of worship leaders for a week, you want to get everything from the practical tips to the personal counseling. I tell you, your event is aptly named, because it is an experience to be at Disney World with all those folks, and then leading right into the Night of Joy celebration. You got some big names coming there, right?
Yeah, I think, let's see, we have if you look at, believe it or not, one of the first times you'll ever see this. And we took a stretch here. So if it doesn't work, if those of you that are watching this, if it doesn't work, if you could please do our best to help it work, because I'm going to be fried if it doesn't work. Stephen Curtis and Michael W. are both going to come out together.
Oh, wow.
And they're just going to go back to back singing songs that they did. So that we're trying that out. And then they go into.
I have a feeling that's going to work, by the way.
I'm praying it does.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
But we have Toby Mac. We have Mercy Me. We have Skillet. We have it's an all-star lineup. Francesca Botticelli. I mean, it keeps going. Chris August. There's 18 different artists.
Wow.
And that's over a 2-day period. And it's majestic when you see the big castle at Disney and you look there and they're up on the stage and the screen is up and you hear these guys. I can only imagine. It's amazing. It's amazing awesome. When you see the songs they sing and just seeing it done. So it's pretty cool. And the worship guys go over.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
So that makes it cool. And then you can see all them wearing their shirts and stuff. It's amazing how many people we have there. And we have our own place where if you come to the Experience Conference and you're in the middle of the Magic Kingdom, you want to get away from all that stuff and go in and get something to drink. We even have our own little place in there. So it's actually pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, I think we've told them about it. Come to the Experience in September. Come to Disney and be a part of one of the greatest worship conferences, honestly, for worship leaders that you could possibly experience, not to be redundant. Well, Al, yes. You are a favorite of not just mine, but so many people. Your songs, the one that we all think about, of course, is Will You Be the One, but your catalog is so vast. And we've twisted Al's arm. We've held his plane ticket. We won't let him leave the room. We set a keyboard up. And, man, I would just love it if you would play and sing a song for the ministers of music out there today.
Okay, so let me tell you before I sing it. Let me tell you. So I was trying to figure out what to sing. So I knew you were going to name Be the One because everybody names Be the One or Take Me to the Cross, one of the two. So, so I decided what I would do is sing one of the first songs that I wrote.
Oh, how great.
So, and I wrote it, and when I went to record my first record ever that was going to go out in the stores, I did 6 records before I ever got signed to a label. So when I went out to the label, I had finished writing it, and we were getting ready for the thing, and I was just in the studio playing it, trying to finish it.
Right.
And my producer went out there and said, "What is that?" I said, "Well, I'm writing a song for my brother." And he said, "What?" I said, "Well," and I explained the story about my wife and him separating, and my wife took the boy and blah, blah, blah. And he kept calling me going, you know, "You're a Christian, Al. What's God let me do this for? Why does God do?" You know, he kept just hammering me about, you know, if God loved me, he wouldn't let this happen in my life. And blah, you know, he was just on and on and on and on.
Right.
But the flip side was I was real active, and he was always loved to sing. So he really loved music way more than I did. I just ended up with a talent.
Wow.
So I was sitting there trying to write a song for him because I knew if I could write a song that would make him understand where God was in the middle of his situation.
Wow. That
it might help him some. So I decided to do that. So when I was thinking, when you asked me, when I was thinking what to sing, I decided I would sing that because it was one of the first ones I ever did. It's way back. I don't even know how, it'd probably be 20, 23 years ago.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, sure.
Way back when.
Yeah.
So, but I took my ADD medicine, so I should make it all the way through.
All right. Well, remember to take that mic off before you go over there.
Take this off.
Ladies and gentlemen, Al Denson is going to sing and play for us. We got just a couple of minutes of transition for him to get over the keyboard. And listen, I know I've said it enough, but the Experience in Conference Orlando, I've been there myself the last 3 years, truly is an amazing, fantastic experience. Now, if you will, my good friend, and a man I know you all know and love for his music and his ministry over the years, Al Denson.
Be not dismayed when it seems like the storms will never end. Be not afraid when it seems like you haven't got a friend. The storms, they're raging, and you don't have to run and hide. The Lord is faithful to heal the lonely heart inside. My brother, peace be still. The Father loves you. Peace be still. The Father loves you, and no matter where you are or where you've been, I'm so sure He wants you to know He won't let go. not dismayed when it seems like your hurt will never end. Be still and know that the Father, He'll never let you go. The storms, they're raging, but you don't have to run and hide. The Lord, He's faithful to heal the hurting heart inside. My brother, peace be still. The Father loves you. Peace be still. The Father loves you. And no matter where you are or where you've been, I'm sure He wants you to know He won't let go. My brother, I'm sure He wants you to know He won't let go. He won't let go.
There you go.
Oh, what a beautiful song. Thank you, Al, so much for your ministry over these years and how God has used your songs. And what a heart to give back to ministers of music in a conference like the Experience. So we love you, my brother. God bless you. Thank you so much. Well, as you can see, we have other friends joining us on the platform, and I am so excited to have the folks from Praise Gathering Music Group. They've made the trip down from Indiana to our studios here in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. So welcome, Praise Gathering. Yes, thank you. And
Smattering of applause.
so a smattering.
Yeah.
Both of their fans are here. No, I'm just kidding. Just a few folks from the office here. And Jay Rouse, so glad to have you. Rose Aspinall, for those that don't know Rose, and then Jody Hall. Rose, drama and songwriter and always creative, everything creative. When I think creative and dramatic and narration and all those kind of words that come to mind, think of Rose Aspinall. And Jay, she's been writing with you recently, I know even more and more as you're arranging musicals and things. And then Jody, the visual master. If you've loved the Praise Gathering DVDs, and I know you have, we've loved them, Jody Hall puts those together for you guys from the ground up and just wonderfully talented. So great to have all of you here today, really, absolutely.
Hey, and how cool is it Al Denson is here? That was,
Isn't that neat?
I mean, and it sounds like such a great conference. Incredible.
Oh, fantastic. The Lord really uses that event.
Yeah,
well, Jay, I know you've got a new musical. We got a lot of music to show you guys. We've got anthems. We've got musicals of all types and sizes. You guys have been busy over there at Praise Gathering, cranking out music for the church. And tell us about this first one, Come Messiah King.
Come Messiah King. Yeah, this is our new offering for Christmas. Wonders of His Love, I think, is the name of the musical. Is that correct?
Yes.
That we wrote this chorus for originally. Randy wrote this years ago. Came to me about a year ago and said, what would you think about making this sort of the anchor for our new Christmas musical? And I was thrilled to do it. I thought it would just be a wonderful anchor song for the work. As surely as He came in Bethlehem, He will come again. And
Amen.
That's the heart of this musical. We really wanted this to be a worship experience from the downbeat to the end, and I'm excited for you guys to see some of it. We did do, as we've often done in the last couple of musicals, when we get to the Mary and Joseph part, that's where Rose was able to come in and share. You want to share just a little bit? We won't get to see it today, but maybe speak to a little bit to that.
Yeah, you know what? We're passionate about story, and Randy and I were working on the narrations, which, by the way, are never an addendum. They're very important to our work, and as we were going through it, we thought, you know what, we really needed another moment here. And so we ended up writing Joseph Good, Joseph True.
Wow.
And took the lyric to Jay, and by the end of the day, we had this amazing lyric. One of my passions is to take this story that we all love so much and hold it up at a different angle. So Joseph Good, Joseph True really is a look at Mary singing to Joseph. She's strong and she's vulnerable, and she's saying, you know what, Joseph, you were chosen too. And so it became a really special moment in the musical too.
It is special.
Powerful.
And you can hear it on our website. We don't get to hear it today. Actually, what we're going to hear today is the opening with the chorus, Come Messiah King, that takes us into a Jewish dance song. They came to me and said, can you write a Jewish dance song? I said, I don't know if I can write a Jewish dance song, but we'll see what happens. And it all came together pretty well.
Wonderful.
It turned out fun. Yeah. So I guess you'll get to take a look at that now.
Yeah, we're going to watch a DVD now, some excerpts of the wonderful DVD work that Jody did and some of the great music by Rose and Jay and Randy. Let's watch it now. Come Messiah King.
This is an account of those things which have been fulfilled. The voice of a prophet declares the intention of Almighty God. The Lord himself will give you a sign. It is a solemn promise, a covenant between himself and his people.
I look into the future, and I see the nation of Israel. A king like a bright star will arise in that nation. Like a comet, he will come from Israel.
The proclamation is true.
The promised one, the son and heir of all creation,
The Messiah.
the King is coming.
Come, oh come, Messiah King.
Come, oh come, Messiah King, promised Son, sent to redeem us one by one, so we may tell the wonders of your matchless love, Emmanuel. Come, oh come,
Generations come and go. Hope is waning. The people implore Yahweh to deliver them.
O Lord, how long shall we cry to you for help and you not hear? What about the prophecies?
Silence. Centuries of silence.
Suddenly, Yahweh announces the promise again.
What they did not realize
Could not imagine.
is that Yahweh himself would be the covenant.
The messianic hope of the centuries would find fulfillment in a baby.
A mystery.
God come to live with man,
No eye has seen,
nor ear has heard
nor human heart conceived.
what God has prepared.
Oh, blessed eternal.
Now listen and cry no more.
The one who made the stars is coming.
Come, Messiah, King of the ages, Yahweh, hear our pleas. Promised by the prophets and sages, come and set your people free. Come, Messiah, King of the ages, Yahweh, hear our pleas. Promised by the prophets and sages, come and set your people free. Years of silence and waiting, endless prayers and tears, longing anticipation, come and end our fears. Come, Messiah, King of the ages, Yahweh, hear our pleas. Promised by the prophets and sages, come and set your people free. Come, Messiah, King of the ages, Yahweh, hear our pleas. Promised by the prophets and sages, come and set your people free. Years of silence and waiting, endless prayers and tears, longing anticipation, come and end our fears. Come and end our fears. Come, Messiah, King of the ages, Yahweh, hear our pleas. Promised by the prophets and sages, come and set your people free. Promised by the prophets and sages, come and set your people free. Set your people free.
Oh, wow. Man, how much fun is that? That's absolutely
All in our basement,
amazing.
down below our office. That's what it looks like down there.
That's
So-
crazy. I've been to this basement, and they're telling the truth. They filmed these DVDs in the basement that God gave you that space right underneath your offices.
An old auto plant, actually. Yeah, so
Absolutely
it's great.
incredible. And they dragged their friends and neighbors and family. Rose, your husband?
Through Randy Vader's office down
Down
to
the
the basement.
stairs.
That's the secret. The only way in is through Randy Vader's office, which I find great. And sometimes they'll bring animals and things down there, and it's
Only
just
one time did that ever happen.
Only once, yeah.
I don't see it happening again.
Speaking of Randy and even of Mike Harlan, I may have mentioned to you that Mike Harlan wasn't here today, but he is in the chat room, and so some of you may have been interacting there. Once I saw his name, I sat up straighter. So Mike, glad you're with us. Where's Randy Vader today?
On assignment. Yeah, he's on assignment.
Grandchildren assignment is my
Yeah,
guess.
something like that.
That's the
absolutely.
But Randy's in the chat as well, I understand.
Yeah, I think he
so
is, yeah.
you guys need to sit up a little straighter there.
We are.
Pay attention now. But so great to have Randy and Mike in the chat room today. Matter of fact, I think we have a video message from Randy Vader. He wanted to say hi to you folks. So let's hear from Randy.
Well, hi guys. Hi everybody. Mike, thanks again for the invitation to come to Choir Room, and sorry I can't be there. Right now I'm on assignment this week and next week, and if things go well, maybe even the next week. But we have Rose and Jay there, so I know you're going to have a good time. And again, thank you so much for all you do for us, for this chance to be here, show our music. And to all our friends out there, as you're listening to all this new music, Merry Christmas to you. And I'm going to keep working here because it's like par for the course. Merry Christmas. Bye.
He's a funny guy.
Here I was trying to give him credit for being with his grandchildren, and apparently it's something even more.
We don't know. We don't really know.
Let's just say more secular than that and leave it at that. No, I'm just kidding. But so glad. Thank you, Randy, for doing that. I know Randy wants to be here. He'll be at the summer events this year, Jay, and all of you guys out there. Can't wait to see so many of you folks there. We're going to give away right now a praise gathering music group, Choral Club, which is actually choral now. I don't know how Randy's mind works, but you have a choral.
Like
The box is choral.
The box is choral. It's the Choral Club and plan. And anyway, I'm confused by that, but you get one for free, and you had to be in the chat to win. We've drawn a name, Jay Johnson. At Jay Johnson, you just won.
Jay.
And not only did you win the Choral Club, which is an exciting prize in itself, all the Music Praise Gathering delivers throughout the year. You get one sample copy of that to listen to and a copy of the printed piece, but also a choir room mug. These things are beloved, and the people fight over them in the chat room. So, Jay, you've just won a choir room mug along with the Choral Club. Well, I know we got a lot of Christmas to see and non-seasonal kind of work, but this time of year, a lot of people are preparing for a patriotic service, maybe a 4th of July celebration, and Memorial Day, something like that. So I know you guys have something for them there too, Jay.
We do. We wanted to remind you about Indivisible, which is a new work that we have out this season. Actually, Randy and I have done 9 of these patriotic musicals now. I actually counted it up. I know. Can you believe it? Wow. I'm not that old at all. But yes, in fact, I wanted to read this to you. I was looking at this in the foreword. This is some words from Randy that I thought would sort of give you sort of an overview of what this work is. This musical is a celebration, a challenge, a call to recognize the sublime truth announced in the Holy Scriptures and proven by all history that those nations only are blessed whose God is the Lord. Our prayer is for a truly united people who will join with one voice to proclaim America to be one nation under God, indivisible. So in fact, I was thinking while we were watching that video too, we're going to see the overture of this, right?
Yeah.
Which is a video that's near and dear to your heart.
I love working on patriotic musicals. The DVDs, I learned so much about our American history as I go through them, but especially when we heard this overture, Rick Domenico created it.
Exactly.
It's so beautiful. Sometimes I'm a little intimidated when I hear these awesome pieces of music. Somehow I have to come up with something equally wonderful to put on the screen. But thankfully we were able to find some great footage and span a great historical perspective in this overture, and I hope you enjoy it. It's really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at Indivisible by Praise Gathering Music Group for your celebration of all things patriotic. Indivisible. Let's watch it now. Jody, what a great job on that DVD. Absolutely a wonderful resource. If you're not using DVDs or visuals in your worship, Jay, I love the way, the philosophy that you and Jody have of making sure that the choir and the singers and the music is still the focal point, but just really enhancing the experience with those kind of visual
Especially if
elements.
you're in a smaller situation where you're not able to do a lot of drama or you don't have a live orchestra, that kind of thing. This adds so much to your worship experience.
Absolutely a powerful resource. Well, we're switching seasons back and forth. You guys create so much music, Jay. But another anthem for Christmas that's in the J. Rouse signature series called Away in a Manger. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, one of my favorite hymns always. I have a good friend, John McLaughlin, is a young artist, and I was at a Christmas concert that he was involved in, and he did a setting that was similar to this, and the whole time he was singing, I just kept thinking this would make a wonderful choral arrangement. It's a little different than some of the things I normally do, but the piano part's not terribly difficult. The choir part's not terribly difficult. When you put them all together, it comes together to make a pretty cool thing. So I'm anxious for you to hear it.
Yeah, Away in a Manger. We're going to listen to it and see the music on screen right now.
Manger.
Wow.
That's lovely.
Jay, just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Man, you could either have your whole choir do that or just put an ensemble together, and what a beautiful setting that would be during the Advent season at Christmas. Just absolutely gorgeous. Well, it's time for a giveaway. We do great worship conferences at Music in the Mountains and then Music and Ministry at the Crossroads. Many of you who are regulars to the choir room have been to those events. Just a way to get up close and personal, for us to get up and close and personal with you and you with all the folks.
That's the part I actually love the most is we have so much more time than we normally have at a workshop. We're often in and out, but these kind of workshops, we're there from the downbeat to the communion service at the end. So it's a real wonderful time. Yeah,
it's a special, it really is, Jay. It's just a special time. And Rose, you've been, and Jody, it's just a wonderful, wonderful event where we can spend the entire week with you. As Jay said, so often when we're doing reading sessions, we fly in, do our hour on the platform and fly out. But this is a time to really get to know each other, whether it's in Gatlinburg or over in Anderson with you guys. Wonderful, wonderful events, and the dates and the details are up on the stage. But we're giving, on the screen, we're giving away 2 free registrations, and you can pick which one you want to go to. So those 2 free registrations are going to @don.phelps. And Don, you just need to email us at thechoirroom@lifeway.com to find out how to claim those 2 free registrations. And so whether you're joining us in Anderson or joining us in Gatlinburg, either one of those events, whatever the dates and the location that works best for you, we're going to look forward to seeing you there. It's always great to meet those folks who won their registration at the choir room, and they're there because of that. So we're so happy we can make that happen for you. Well, we've got more great music to show. This next song is called You Sing to Me. Tell us a little bit about that, Jay.
We mentioned earlier that over the last several years, we've started writing some with Rose, and Rose has been a part. She's been writing dramas for us for a long time, has been a big part of that, and sort of leading that charge for our company. But then several years ago, she started writing some lyrics, and then even a couple years ago, she and I started writing together a little bit, and this is the song that we wrote for this release, called You Sing to Me.
You Sing to Me. Rose?
Well, okay, so I get to combine a couple of my loves with this song, in that we've kind of started something new here. And it,
that's right, the writer's
well.
Yeah,
the writer, in the bottom right-hand corner of the anthem, there's a beautiful logo with the writer's well on it. And if you see an anthem that has this logo on it, what that means is there's something extra with this that we're going to give to you at no charge. And it has my heart in it, in that it will be some kind of a drama, either an encouragement, scriptural enhancement of some sort, or a drama. And if you open up the inside, there's a QR code on the inside of the cover.
Yeah, we're fancy now. Look, we've got the little...
Nice.
See?
And if you use your barcode scanner, it will download it directly to your phone.
Isn't that cool?
If you don't have a smartphone, no worries. Go to our website and go to the page that has You Sing to Me under free resources, and you'll get a free drama to go with this anthem.
Wow.
So it's such a pleasure to work for a company where we can put some ministry tools in people's hands, bring more of the arts into the church, and do it, just to enhance the ministry, and we can do it for people at no charge.
Oh, that's awesome.
Tell us about the song itself.
You Sing to Me. It is based on Zephaniah 3:17, how the Lord sings, how He sings over us, and then we sing right back to Him. We sing to the Lamb who is worthy, and we don't sing of ourselves. We sing of Him who is worthy.
I can't think of a more beautiful reason to write a song than that. Let's listen to it right now. You Sing to Me.
Trembling and shaking, your mercy calls my name. The sound of your voice like a river, washing away all my shame.
Wow, just beautiful. You sing to me. Isn't that a wonderful thought that God sings over us and that He created us to sing back to Him? Absolutely. Just a beautiful, beautiful image. Well, there's a wideness in God's mercy. Now, I know a song by this title. Yeah. Is this the same lyric and same song I know?
Well, it's interesting because I'm not sure. Here's my history with it. When I was in college, I was a part of a service where what I remember is someone singing it. So I don't really remember the melody as much as the lyric just really overwhelmed me and felt even somewhat ahead of its time, to be honest. The whole idea of that the road is narrow, but God's mercy is wide, and he opens His arms to us. I just remember the lyric really speaking to me. When Randy came to me a year ago or so and said, "Do you know this hymn?" I was like, yeah, I think I do. So I found a melody of it, and the beginning of the octavo is the traditional melody. But from the very first time I started working on the chart, when I got done with the hymn itself, this worship chorus just sort of birthed out of it. I came to Rose and said, help me make these words work. Yeah. And so that's what it ends up being, this traditional melody, real simple chart, just some strings, upright bass, a little bit of organ. It's just a really refreshing, and all 4 verses were great too, so I ended up having to do them all. They're just, it's just been a real special chart for me. So,
absolutely. We need to do more of the verses of the great old hymns. Yeah. Let's listen to this arrangement right now. There's a wideness in God's mercy.
Like the
Wow. Praise the Lord for his mercy.
And his mercy. Yeah.
Praise the Lord for his grace, for his unmerited favor, without which we would all perish, and justifiably so. Praise the Lord for his mercy. Well, we've got time for just one more little taste of Christmas, a little musical called Glory in the Highest. I understand you guys dragged Marty Parks into the room and got him to do some work for you.
Marty's an old friend of ours. In fact,
old friend.
Yeah.
No, just kidding, Marty. Just teasing.
You said
we
it.
love you, Marty.
Joe Parks, Marty's dad, is a mentor of Randy's and wonderful, helped Randy a lot when he's first getting started. In fact, I knew Joe in my early days and met him a couple times. And so Marty's been a friend of ours for a long time. And he happened to have some time, and we had a need for a Gaither musical and sort of a small choir, simple musical, and we just knew Marty would be the guy to do it. And so that's what this work is. It's for smaller choirs. It's all great Gaither songs that we know. It starts out with actually a hymn, Angels We Have Heard on High. Marty did a different setting of that. Ordinary Baby, which is one of Gloria's, probably one of her best lyrics. Sure. What did you say was the baby's name? And then a new song that we're going to hear right now called Noel, Sing Glory, which is a song from Marty. And then it ends with, if you remember, Glory in the Highest, which is a wonderful Gaither anthem, and Bring Back the Glory, the Steve Green.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's a wonderful song. So the musical just has a beautiful arc to it, about 25 minutes, very simple to learn, just really usable, and we're real excited about it for this season.
Absolutely. We got just a taste of it. Noel, Noel, Sing Glory by Marty Parks. Let's listen to that right now.
Suddenly the sky is filled with a dazzling array of angels. The same glory that compelled Moses to hide his face, the same glory that created a cloud in the ancient temple, the same glory that brought Isaiah to his knees. The Shekinah glory of God Almighty invades a Judean countryside, and all who witness it are driven to worship the newborn King. Glory to God in the highest is what they hear. Their encounter with the glory of God is just beginning.
Sing Noel, sing glory in the highest. 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 Sing Noel, speak the wonder of this holy night of nights. Sing Noel, who could ever believe that tonight earth receives her King? Sing Noel, sing glory in the highest. Sing Noel, sing glory.
the highest. And what a great song. Marty, great job, my brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. So glad you guys have brought that praise gathering. We'd be remiss if we didn't say this. On May the 5th, celebrated 20 years. 20 years you guys have been bringing music to churches. Absolutely. Congratulations to Praise Gathering. All right. Well, we've reached the big moment. The reason people hang around to the end, we think it's because they love us, and hopefully it is.
Maybe not.
But also for the big prize, we've got a giveaway of any of the music you've seen today. You can pick one title, whether that's a musical or whether that's an anthem, and we're going to outfit your choir with enough books or anthems for your choir, and you choose the accompaniment, whether it's the orchestration or if you want to use the track, we're going to give you that as well. All of that for free, and our winner is @BBeckwith. @BBeckwith. So email us at thechoirroom@lifeway.com, and we will show you how to get that wonderful, wonderful prize. That's going to free your budget up to buy even more music from Praise Gathering or from Lifeway. So thrilled that you guys could join us. Listen, there's a survey. Again, you get 5 free downloads if you fill that out. And come back, if you would, on June 20th. We're going to have, let me get all of our guests right, Dave Williamson, Marty Funderburk, and Rick Shelton. What a great lineup
like
that's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be on June 20th, and we're going to be hearing from all of them about the new music from Daywind and the new things that Dave Williamson is doing with Worship Leader Choir, and of course the great songwriter Marty Funderburk. So please come back and join us 1 o'clock Central, June 20th. Thank you so much for being here. The promo code to get 30% off is on the screen as well. All the print music, even if you didn't win the free music, you can get 30% off on all the print music that we have here today. So thank you for being with us today. God bless you. Thank you, Praise Gathering folks. Happy 20th anniversary. God bless you, and we'll see you again next month in the choir room. God bless you. Thanks.